Hey, what's going on, everyone? Hope you guys are doing amazing. This is your boy Case coming at you guys again with another Tower of Fantasy video. Today we're going to be covering Meryl, everyone's favorite shield breaker, everyone's favorite ice queen. We're going to be taking a look at how her kit looks, what should you be doing with her when you're in a party, how you should be running her, and we're going to be talking about all those questions in terms of, is this a good character? Is this a character you should invest into? How good her chip is, how good her weapon is, should you consider going for masteries? We're going to give you guys all answers to those questions today. So hopefully by the end of this video, you guys have everything, all the information that you guys are looking for, and you can make a solid decision on whether or not you want to invest into Meryl. So what role does Meryl play? Well, Meryl is a shield breaker. In Tower of Fantasy, there's four kind of roles that kind of roam around. There's shield breakers, there's tanks, there's healers, and there's also DPSs. Meryl is going to fulfill the shield breaker role in those comps. So you're going to see her when you run into enemies, there's going to be someone with shields, and it's going to be her primary sole objective to break down that shield so that the DPS can kind of come in and start dishing out loads of damage. So you guys are probably wondering, well, how good is this character in terms of shield breaking? Because there's multiple. Well, Meryl is actually on, I would say, one of the top two shield breakers. In my personal opinion, King is one of the other shield breakers in the game. She will be featured in the starter characters. So if you roll Meryl, you should actually be very excited because this is actually one of the best characters in my personal opinion. So if you look at King, I'm going to put a couple of things up on the screen so that you guys can actually see it for yourself. If you look at Meryl's kit, you will see that when it comes to her weapon, let's just go over her weapon right now. We'll get this out of the way. Her weapon is the Rose's Edge. It is an ice element. She has an energy recharge of 4.00. She also has a barrier breaking of 12.00. Just so that you guys understand, you guys are like, well, Case, what do those numbers actually mean? Just so that you guys understand, when it comes to energy recharge, this is really on the lower side. She's not really going to be building a lot of energy so that she can get her weapon charged back really quickly. But when it comes to barrier breaking, just so that you guys have context, the highest barrier breaking in the game is King with 12.50. Meryl has 12.0. That's not bad. That's only 50 shy off. So that just goes to show that Meryl's not in any shape or form in a bad position. And just so that you know, Meryl has abilities that I would also argue that are much better than King's. She has a move where she actually just whips her sword around in a circle and it deals loads of shield breaking damage, and it's absolutely phenomenal. And I would actually say that ability would actually allow her to do more shield breaking than King at moments. So when it comes to this Meryl, don't just because the stats aren't higher than a certain characters, do not think that automatically makes them a bad character, because that is entirely not true. But when it comes to her weapon, here's what we're going to be looking at. Let's just take a look at her awakenings. When it comes to her awakening 1, she has 15% of increase in shield breaking efficiencies. She gains 10% health after breaking the target's shield. At weapon mastery 2, she has 16% of base health. At weapon mastery 3, when switching to this weapon, it gains an ice shield of 10% of your maximum health, which has a cooldown time of 60 seconds and it lasts up to 10 seconds. That's not bad. That's actually pretty good. That's very useful. When it comes to her weapon mastery 4, 30% she gains a 32% base health growth. When it comes to her weapon mastery 5, she has 50% increase in damage and shield breaking efficiency during the ice shield state. And at weapon mastery 6, it is when switching to this weapon, it gains an ice shield of 20% of your maximum health, which makes you immune to crowd control, and has a cooldown time of 60 seconds that lasts up to 10 seconds. I don't know about you guys, but that sounds pretty amazing to me. So I would, if you were to ask me, should you invest into Meryl? Should you invest into her masteries? I'm going to be straight up honest with you guys. This is one I would say you do it if you want to. These are not breaking weapon masteries. They're not like super game changing, but they are good because they're definitely not bad. So if you guys are free to play and you really love the character and you're like, you know what, I actually want to invest in Meryl, by all means go ahead. But if you guys are like, I kind of I kind of want to say for like something that's more meta that I can assure myself that is really going to help me in the future, maybe you might want to reconsider investing into this character. Maybe grab like 1 or 2 masteries and then call it a day. But other than that, I would just say when it comes to these ones, I would really only invest if you really truly love the character. So that is what her weapon masteries kind of look like. You know, her awakenings. Let's take a look at over at her affinities really quick, because this is always, you know, it's pretty standardized. Tower Fantasy Hada Studios, they made it pretty simple. The only ones that I would say really matter are the 1200 and the 4000, because those are the ones that really give you some type of stat increase. So for when you get to 1200 affinities for her checkpoints, Meryl suffers 20% less damage from ice damage, and she is immune to frostbite effects, and is frozen for 50% of less of the time. So when you guys get frozen by enemies, she will come out of that frozen state a lot quicker. And then for her 4000, when Meryl suffers 20% less from ice damage, she will suffer 20% less from ice damage, and she is immune to frostbite effects, and is frozen 50% or less of the times. Meryl's surroundings will freeze. So that's actually pretty huge, because that surroundings, when Meryl's surroundings will freeze, that's actually going to be that's actually an option for you to be able to keep up your offense. So while you're still in a frozen state. So in terms of just like Meryl, you know, if my overall verdict of how good this character is, should you main Meryl? I would say if you love the character, yes. She is not groundbreaking. She is also not weak in any fashion. She's not like low tier. She's not also like S tier, but she is really, really good. You know, if you were to choose to main her, you would not be in a bad position. So in terms of this character, you know, play her if you want to play her. That's my recommendation when it comes to Meryl. So hopefully, if you guys really love Meryl, she just looks absolutely phenomenal as a character. If you love her just as much as I do, I'm considering, you know, maining this character. I would highly suggest you just go for it. But as always, if you guys have a difference in opinions or you guys have questions, make sure you guys leave them down below in the comment section. I will make sure to get back to you guys as soon as I can. Hopefully you guys got a lot of info out of this guide, and it was able to answer some of your questions. Love you guys so much. See you in the next video.